I added it, so we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
The meeting hall will come to order at 5:30 p.m. We are now holding the January 15th meeting of the Graduate and Professional Student Council. First item of business is our roll call. All right, we're at quorum. Moving on to approval of the minutes. Minutes are on the website, and I'll load them up here on the screen. Please take a look. I'll scroll through it. It was a long time ago, so we probably forgot what happened. So this is linked in the agenda and it's on the website. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Is there a motion to approve? Yeah. Okay, and a second? All right, all those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, minutes are approved. First item of business, we're going to learn about A&M is exploring a new content management system, a new learning management system. Right now we use Blackboard and we call it eCampus here. So we're going through a process to discover what new options we could have to better serve faculty and students. And since we play a role in both of those arenas, it's really important for us to engage in this conversation. So I will load the presentation and let's give our attention.
Howdy. Howdy. My name is Sharon Manka. I'm the Assistant Chief of Staff, Vice President of Information Technology, and Chief Information Officer here at Texas A&M University. So how many of you have heard about IT governance on campus? Have you heard that term? Okay, great. So my primary job is to manage the groups that are meeting in IT governance. And one of the IT governance committees is the Transformational Teaching and Learning Committee. And they were tasked with finding, reviewing possible learning management solutions replacements for our existing campus. Why? Because our contract expires with Blackboard Learn on August 31st, 2021. And we've heard a little bit of feedback that not everybody's 100% satisfied with the campus. So now is a good time for us to look at potential replacements. So Dee Childs, who's my boss, asked the TTLTC committee to take a look at this, and they've created a subcommittee to move this process forward. So which products are we looking at? We're looking at Canvas, Blackboard Ultra, which is the newer version of Blackboard, and Brightspace, which some of you may have heard as D2L. Anybody ever taken a class with Lynn? That's what they're doing. Okay. So those are the products that we're looking at. And here's the timeline that we're going to be moving through. I brought a couple of these handouts, of a lot of them. Please feel free to grab one. It just kind of is an overview, high-level overview of all the activities that are going to be on campus. But what's going to happen is, starting on the 28th of this month, Canvas is going to be on campus. They're going to do 2 days worth of demonstrations, and then they're going to do 4 webinars. And then in February, Blackboard Ultra will be on campus. They're going to repeat the same pattern. In March, D2L will be on campus. Brightspace will be on campus. Same thing. Then in April, on April 3rd and 4th, we're going to have feedback forums. We want anybody who's interested in giving feedback on this LMS selection committee to come to these forums. And then shortly after those, we're going to send out a survey, and everybody can let us know what their selection is. Once we get all that data, we're going to compile it all, do some data analysis, write a report, and the LMS subcommittee is going to make a recommendation to the large committee is going to look at the data and take the recommendation, probably rewrite the report, because they're faculty, all of those folks, take their recommendation to the Strategic IT Council, who will also look at the report and then make a recommendation to the president. So this is what it's going to look like. January 28th, from 9 to 11 and 3 to 5 in the MSC 2400, campus will be giving demonstrations. Okay? Anybody can come to these if you want to see how the product looks. January 29th, they're doing 5 different hands-on sessions if you want to play with the product. This is your time to do it. And then between January 30th and February 8th, there's going to be a series of webinars. Okay? Questions about that? There is a website. Yes, sir.
Are these webinars, can you share them with our department so we can get feedback?
Anybody can come to. So there is a website. It's on the handout that I gave you. It's u.tamu.edu/LMS-review. All of the links for the webinars, at least one of each of the big vendor presentations is going to be streamed via TTVN. So if you can't come, you can still watch it, send emails in, and the webinars themselves are going to be recorded, and the recordings are going to be up online. Okay? Why am I, yes?
You know, how does it define faculty? Like, as graduate students, are we able to access the demo course, or is it?
No, they're doing a demonstration of their product. We have manually, automatically created user accounts in each 3 of these demo sites for anybody that was an instructor of record last year. So if any of you taught last year, you already have an account in this demo site. And if you did not teach last year and you still want an account, you can send an email to itshelp@tamu.edu and they will create an account for you. We want everybody to get in. We've already created 7,800 accounts in each one of these vendor products. That's not enough, right? All the people on this campus, there should be a lot more people in that account, in those systems, looking and giving feedback. This is your opportunity. Okay, so that's Canvas. Same thing for Blackboard. February 18th, 2 different demonstrations, big, large group demonstrations. February 19th, hands-on time in the ITS office, which is in the basement of Heldenfeld's Hall, and then some online webinars. Same thing for Brightspace. All those dates are on here, and all those dates are on the website. Community feedback forums, April 3rd and 4th. So you can come and say, wow, I was just blown away by X, Y, and Z. I think we all need to, convince people sitting next to you that this is the product that April 3rd and 4th, and then the feedback survey will go out right after that. And this we already talked about. May 15th is the date we have to have the report written to present to the committee to tell them what the feedback was on that recommendation for which LMS we should use. That's the website. Please visit the website. All of the dates and the links to register for everything are on there. You can email lms-review@tamu.edu if you have general questions. There's also an FAQ page on there, or if you just, feel very strongly. We've gotten a couple of emails that said, I've used X and I think you guys should look at it, or I use this and please don't move to that. We've gotten the whole spectrum. We're collecting all of that data. So if you feel strongly that there is one we should or should not use, please send in responses. But to answer your question, yes, share it with everybody. I left a bunch of these. There should be enough for all of you, and then to leave some out or hand them out. If you want more, send an email to that lmsreview@tamu.edu, and we'll get you more of these things. Questions?
Well, is the use of eCampus mandatory for teachers, or is it?
No, it's not. So that's a kind of a different process. What's going to happen at this point, we're going to make a recommendation. It's not possible for us to stay on eCampus. That is not one of the options that we're looking at. It's looking at either moving to Ultra or Desire to Learn Brightspace or Canvas. this point, there is no mandate that faculty must use one of them. I'm not 100% sure it's going to stay that.
Will our previous courses be available there?
Your previous courses will need to be migrated to the new system.
There's an e-campus, of course, you take once the semester's over, you can access the previous course before the stuff. Well, the stuff ITA are available, but the previous courses are not. So will this be implemented?
So that's a retention policy that's set by the university as to, usually your courses that you took last semester, you don't have access to them 5 days before the start of the next semester. The instructors, automatically they're turned off. The instructor can turn them back on if he wants you to have, or she wants you to have access. So that's a retention policy that will come, all of those sort of policies will come into play after they make a selection, and then they figure out the migration plan from moving your content from one to the other. Now, I will say, any of you here when we moved to Blackboard Learn? So we used to be on another product called Blackboard Vista, and it got end of life, and we had to move to Blackboard Learn, which pretty much consisted of exporting your class from Vista and importing it into Learn, and it was a pretty seamless process. That's not going to be the case with any of these products. So, and how many of you TA help someone? Okay. So y'all are going to get very familiar with the migration process because you cannot import a Blackboard course in this seamlessly. You will be moving a lot of content back and forth. So now the stakes just got a little higher, right? So try, when you request your demonstration course, they will let them know that you're an instructor of record or that you're a TA and that you would like a practice course, and try to see what it's like to move some of your existing content into this new system. Which one works best for you? Because you guys have a lot of skin in this game. Question? It's exciting. Last time we did a really quick and dirty move because we had to. The product was not being supported anymore, and it was a wise decision to move to Blackboard Learn. This time we're taking things a little bit differently, a more holistic approach, and we want lots of feedback. So we appreciate it. That's our content information. It's all on here as well. Please, please, please participate. Encourage everybody else to participate and take one of these with you. If you have any questions, just follow up with me on that email. Thank you.
Please disseminate this information to your graduate student organizations. It's important that we participate in this conversation both as students in courses, but also as TAs and instructors. So this PowerPoint is linked in our minutes. Please share this on with your local departments so that we get as many people viewing these 3 options as possible. All right, moving on to administrative comments. Advisor comments?
In my folder. All right, good to see most of you back. So there's been a few changes that I want to talk about specifically with immigration, and essentially it's a lottery system. You get 65, I think it's 60,000 people in like the general lottery and 20,000 people in a master's and PhD level lottery. So basically, an H-1B allows you to stay in this country and work after you finish your degree and finish your practical training and all that stuff. So essentially, that's on the next slide. But essentially, they switched the order around, and that's really good for graduate students in general because think it's going to increase it by 25% each year. So if you're getting a higher degree, like master's or PhD, you get a higher chance of staying in the US and continue to work. So I know that it doesn't affect a lot of us, but 25% of grad students are international. So a lot of people in your departments are going to be directly affected by this after they finish their degrees. And secondly, I just as a heads up, I'm going to put out a Google form for you guys to fill out, and basically, I just want to know the time of your GSO meetings because I'm going to drop in for 5 or 10 minutes and really talk to the people at your GSO and get some feedback so they can address me directly and voice concerns and problems they're having. The reason for doing this is you guys do a great job of giving us information, but I think it also has to go the other way as well. I need to be at a couple of your meetings, probably just one because there's around 80 or 90% you hit. And the goal there is just to get an overall picture of what challenges grad students are facing. I know we talked very in depth about our fees and tuition and salary, that kind of thing, but there's other quality of life events that I want to address as well. So, Adam?
Yeah, I have a quick question, just out of curiosity, for grad students, how many of your departments have international student reps on your GSO? Can I make your contact info like after the meeting? Our department just starting on how to book
Sure. I think what I'll do is I'll put up a piece of paper here, and then you guys can just write your email on there. And the second bit is there's a lot of events coming up, almost one every 2 to 3 weeks on average. So please come out and enjoy those. People put in a lot of work just so you guys can get out of your lap. So as we said, wine night's coming up, and there's a few other events that we'll keep you updated about. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. That's my update. If you have any questions, comments? Generally, yes. Like, things like a wine night, we kind of have to limit the number of people we can open it up to. So just a heads up for wine night, I think it usually goes up in about half an hour or so. So 9 o'clock. If there's that's the case.
Right, moving down, university affairs.
All right, so I don't have much, just that if you are a new delegate or if you have not been assigned a committee already, come see me during the regular committee meeting time that we have today. Just stop by over here. I'll be sitting right here with my laptop and we'll get you signed.
Programming and service. Guess we already kind of talked about the wine tasting. There's a lot of time coming soon. Marketing and comm. Nothing. Research. Boards.
Yeah, so OGAP's travel awards are open. Probably should have all done what you know. They are due February 1st, and these awards they give you a lot more money, but you can only apply once. Abstracts, and there's gonna be a presentation hosted by the University Writing Center. It's gonna be before the next GA. 4 to 5:30 p.m. It's just on abstracts and personal statements. It's mostly centered around the travel awards for GPSC, but I also included, I just grabbed random criteria from different travel awards, so like some engineering or like psychology, so some of my conferences. I just grabbed those criteria and like sent it all to the Writing Center. It came up with something to present. So hopefully you guys can all go out to that. It's just going to be here before the GA.
Diversity and inclusion.
So we'll be having two interdisciplinary dinners this semester. The dinners will be open for all graduates, especially for the small semester, and the email will be sent out to sign up.
International students. For external affairs, we're gonna have a conversation quick about government shutdown.
So, I know that a couple of students in the graduate in my department from my they've had basically issues regarding their pay from outside sources for their funding in our department. And they've asked that I bring it up at this meeting, try to get a sense for if this is affecting anyone in other departments. I know obviously it may not personally affect you. In the future, if you could try to find out if that is affecting people in your department, I really am curious, because I know it is at least affecting 2 or 3 people in my department that is personally spoken to me at this point, and I really want to try to get an idea of if that's something that's affecting one.
Where are the source of funding for your?
So obviously, if most of it's from our department, but some of it is outside research funding, I think what the one that's being affected is from NOAA. There may be another one, I can't remember what the source was, another, obviously another, government agency. I can't think of which one right now, but they talk a little bit.
Equal amounts of funding by the budget.
I don't agree with that. Okay.
Are there any other examples, good or bad?
USDA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like some USDA facilities on campus those aren't, so.
They're continuing?
No, they're not.
They're not, they're shut down.
We've had graduates that they're all working in the labs for like certain extractions, things like that, and they can't go over there.
Are they still receiving funding, or they were just doing
Yeah,
more
it's
research?
not,
and work?
yeah.
Got it.
Their funding's not tied to USDA, there are certain labs in USDA around the country that.
Let's maybe take that first, is like data access to research. Is anyone being affected there where their data sources or laboratories aren't available?
Just want to ask, are national labs affected by shutdown?
I'm not sure, I know,
Any other pieces like that? Like I know you have something too?
No, we can't get into English library.
Okay.
The US Census website is not being maintained, we can still access it, but.
I know there's some supercomputers.
I know like federal grant applications are kind of on hold, so if you were planning on it being launched in this period, there's nothing. Yeah. So besides that, are there any other issues? People being affected? Probably not good, but in general, people being affected, good or bad?
Again, if for some reason there is something, I realize that it's all rather recent, we just got back this week. But at our next meeting, if the government shutdown is continuing, I imagine probably we'll hear more about it, if it is affecting other people in your department. So if that's the case, in 2 weeks, we all come back here, I'd be happy because I have a feeling if it continues to go on, it will be quite a compounded issue, and I will hear more about it from people in my department. And it will eventually. So yeah.
If there are urgent things, like of graduate students that are not getting paid or being affected, please let us know, because we can communicate that message to staff at the university, but also our legislative affairs staff that do lobby. And that's another point that they can use against the shutdown. So send Perna a note if you know of someone who's not necessarily being inconvenienced, like they can't access data, but is being detrimentally affected. We're working in a resolution about federal immigration, which Perna gave us an update on. The other piece that we would talk about here is the U.S. Department of Education has proposed some changes to Title IX policies, and we're in a period of comment right now. It is probably important for us to comment because there's two kind of things that we're concerned about. We're nervous about it taking investigations longer under these changes, and it also makes it available that you can have lawyers, and it sets up the investigations as a hearing that isn't a restorative hearing. Like right now, the process is a preponderance of evidence, not not without a reasonable doubt, which is a law system. and it doesn't allow cross-examination. It's structured in a restorative, finding the right answer process. This would allow it to be like a legal hearing, to bring a lawyer in. And they're nervous that that might change the process so that people are afraid to come forward and bring their claims. So it's really important, if you have comments, please do so. That lasts until the end of the month. If you are going to make comments, please don't just write like, I don't like this, because they can group all of those things together and ignore them. If you instead say like, your definition of sexual assault is not very strong, here's a better example, they legally have to provide comment on that. So if you have concerns about this, please provide testimony and comment, because it's important for us to speak against or for these types of changes. Internal ledge affairs. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes.
Between graduate students and undergrads are strictly prohibited now, right? And any sort of relationship within the department, professors, for example, married couples should be declared. I think we need to maybe send an email or a summary, because a lot of people don't know that. So we can disseminate this information among our department.
Sure. I know department chairs were notified that they're supposed to disseminate the info, but we can do that as well. So we have that report, and originally they said like no relationship. Since then they've realized like marriage and some of those things kind of get in the way of that, and it can't be black or white. The big piece is power differential. If there's a power relationship, that's where. But we have the file, and when we send out a note on our next minutes, we'll send that out to all of you. But we'll eventually be sending out a note to the student body, and then we can send it there too.
I think that we can, instead of like sending these long license type of agreement document that no one reads, we just press accept, we can like put like headlines of what will crucially impact the students' understanding, or if we can like make the summary of food, that would be much more effective. Yeah.
Okay, so the quality of life survey report, OGAPS, as of right before Christmas break, they had not finished getting all of that raw data converted into any kind of report from 2016. So we have a calendar appointment today. I emailed this week, so I'll be meeting with OGAPS with that information. This will help with quality of life surveys so that we don't have to make a whole new survey of questions. We currently have 5 resolutions that are sitting in some form of development. So my committee will be working on those. If any of these are something that you're interested in, just let me know, because we could use all the help. Additionally, for those of you who are affected probably by engineering and some people on Relish campus, I would like to talk with you at some point regarding the new parking passes for Relish campus that are added on to A&M parking passes for an additional like $50 or something like that. I don't know all the details because I'm not affected by that, but I would like to understand that better so that we can work on providing resolutions as well. And also, I got an email today from Sexual Assault Awareness Month. If anybody is interested in serving on that committee, there are plenty of openings. They asked if we had any representatives, but it's in April, so there's a committee for stuff that they will be for the month.
All right. And then Mr. Richard,
So the registrations for student SSC are now open. Please visit tamu.tamu.edu. You can go register as a participant, judge, or volunteer. I have some flyers and posters over here. Feel free to collect them and put it all around.
okay, we're gonna head into committee meetings here in a moment. I think it's important for us to note that we don't have anything in new business and we don't have any pending business. Like last semester, we accomplished 2 resolutions. The point of our organization is to voice our concerns about things. We have a lot of changes from the sexual assault matrix to the consensual relationships to the new Canvas Blackboard learning system. So these topics are sitting in committees. Please get work done in these committees so that we can voice our concerns, and so that when Perna and I and others are meeting with administrators, we have some leverage to use there. So we're going to take the full 20 minutes this time to meeting committees, and let's hopefully have some stuff to pass at our next meeting. So back in here at 6:20 is when we'll resume.
And if you go with international
If you don't know what to do here at this time, come down here to Chandler and he'll help you get on that.
And if you're in internal, we're gonna be across the hall.
Oh. So that doesn't notify us at all. That just goes into. Great. No, I'm actually, yeah,
So, our next committee, please meet with, Nicole for now, and now.
okay, so we'll meet with,
External. Nicole, our the advisor, so just meet with her for now. She knows her stuff, so I'll drop by after.
yeah, those are.
Isn't it usually meet outside?
Where's the advisor?
Okay.
Wait, is the net not here?
That's not here right now.
Yeah.
So he's just like, we'll probably.
They're outside.
They're outside there? Okay.
So you're doing this already done it for 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. They take a long oil. Come tomorrow for assessment. What happened? हाँ अब तो उल्टा कर दिया ना क्या बोला What do you want to do? I want to do how many did you not easy. So now I can get I think people more sure. didn't expect it to be like so soon. Come on in September. Not career. We just had a one day event here. It was just then we have to give our resume. Everyone was interested. The resume to the one there you go. Like a week later, I got an email. The profile, would have got it. That I had like contest kind of thing. Like he set me to security interview, like back to back, like 2, 3 like after we get one, the last interview something like in the afternoon, like 3 hours later, they're like done. I think like problems as such, like I mean nothing. I don't have to think about it. Like, just okay. You can call it. Call it. There's some difficulty. Can you do a Skype thing? That's why you use Zoom. Separate video like Skype. Zoom meetings. Already installed on my Zoom. We could do the funnel. Because I remember something so much tension. Bad impression. Because I don't even have voice. I have set a voice. Don't have using all of that. Yeah, I mean, right is absolutely. The internet I have once again, but that's more than all and text messages. I don't need. Or is that known? Cheaper. Like in India, I put like 200 rupees. They're only for one. They're like for 600. They want. They're not like BSNL taking. That was the first thing I had since morning. I'm like, I generally take someone and I who's within like, that's not what you request. Like, But we don't have to What's the total? Yesterday, my mom tried out class. Today morning, I had classes from 8 to 1. 8 to continuous classes. Crazy. So I couldn't pack anything. Education full progress.
All right, we're going to resume. Announcements, in the College of Ed, there's a graduate assistant research opportunity that's funded. So if you know of someone who's interested in doing communications, creativity type research, and maybe has some skills, like is bilingual or some language skills, that's something that they're looking for. So please pass on this flyer to your department. It's also on social media, on our Facebook page, if you know of anyone who needs an opportunity. Any other announcements or business before the assembly?
Just another comment of the bar opportunity, it's not limited to school events, open on anybody.
The physics festival is April 6th, so if you're interested in helping with it, please contact me. I send that all over.
Any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn? Yeah? And a second? Yep. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, meeting is adjourned at 6:21 p.m., 51 minutes.